Peace and magic to the gods and the goddesses. Welcome to Word Origins with Lucifer, Part 11. And in this episode, we are going to be discussing what is space. And I feel like this topic is a very important topic because it's concerning the powers of the mass mind. So pretty much, we're going to start off this what is space part by talking about space or whatnot. So let's jump right into it. Space, by human accounts, is in the sky. Humans are literal thinkers that would not fully understand the true concept of the universe being focused on Earth. Yes, the universe is focused on Earth. It is not in the sky. It is not how movies portray it to be. It is not how your world space programs portray space to be. It's all done. All this is done. It's a mind control effect to keep you a slave and to keep you weak, pretty much. And we're going to get into it later on in the video of why it keeps you weak and how it keeps you weak. Or whatever. So humans are literal thinkers, meaning they don't look below the surface of shit, which means they can't really build much because they are destructive by nature or whatever. So this concept of how they view space is the reason why they are destructive by nature, because they fuck with shit but they don't understand what shit actually means beneath the surface. And it's like space programs are designed by they use Hollywood special effects, CGI, fake backgrounds, or even deep fake. Deep fake is an interesting one is because it's when you could take somebody's face and digitally imprint it into a photo or a video or anything and make it look realistic. And this is to give an illusion of space being in the sky. So now you got to start looking at shit that's right in front of your face or whatever, they literally telling you or whatever, the bullshit that they doing to your mind and to you and how to keep you a slave. All you got to do is look at Hollywood. I'm a believer in nature. Nature has messages and everything, and the holly is a tree. So that tree has a spiritual meaning that a lot of people overlook or whatnot, and that meaning is pretty much it's a magic. It's an old Celtic priest magic or some shit like that or whatever, and it's to cast illusions on people or whatever. So that's what the Hollywood represents. It's a holly tree, and it's just an illusion based thing or whatever. So yeah, they pretty much give an illusion of space being in the sky, when in reality it's a trick. It's a trick to channel your energy into fear by making you believe you are a tiny speck of dust, and makes you not believe that you are connected to the cosmos, when in reality you really are. But it's you voluntarily choose to play with these mind control games that these world government people like to fuck with y'all with or whatever. You voluntarily for that shit. You volunteer to play this game. When you accept entity, this is the bullshit that you accept, constant brainwashing, constant lies and all that shit being pushed in front of your face. It's just a fucked up atmosphere to be here on Earth right now. But things are going to get better. I ain't tripping about that. Things are definitely going to get better or whatever. But pretty much this shit is just it's a dirty trick that's been going on since humans violently took control and manufactured a fake world history. They don't know shit. They don't even know how the Earth came to be. They giving y'all fake dinosaurs and shit to make y'all seem like it was prehistoric, animals that was giant and shit, when in reality it's another made up bullshit story. A comet never hit Earth and killed the dinosaurs. No, that's not what happened. It is not what happened at all or whatever. So now the question that we're going to ask really Now that we understand like what they use space for and like the illusion that they cast or whatever, so let's understand what space really is, and then you'll understand the illusion that they cast upon people to not realize like common sense wise that you are space. Like every time you take a breath, you're literally in space. If you're alive, you're in space. Space is everywhere. Space is within us. Like the whole earth is the focal point of the universe. So the whole earth is technically space. So what is space? The word origin of space is spatium. And spatium means the room and duration to do something. So stay with me now. Space is the room and the duration to do something. Now that is the word origin of space. It's not a definition that was changed and created to today's language. We're going back to the original meaning of what space was, or what they labeled it as. And it's the room and duration to do something. So now you got to ask yourself another question to dig deeper into it. The room and duration to do something. Now the word that sticks out to me in this meaning is duration. So now, what is the word origin of duration? Let's like break this down some more so we can get a better understanding of what space really is. So duration, the word origin of that is hard. And then like the origin definition of hard, of what the word hard literally meant before they changed it, is with effort or energy. With effort or energy. So that's what duration is. So now you have a broader expansion of what space is in a common sense way. So once you like break this all the way down, the definition, the word origins or whatever, you can get a clarity view of what space really is. And space is just the energy or effort to do something. And that's why I say like space is literally all around us. Like every time you breathe is space, because you're giving a effort to do something. And that's why I keep trying to tell people this shit is common sense. They put it right in front of your face. But y'all, people be so caught up in materialistic shit outside of themselves. And this is the effects that this shit causes. Like this is literally the effect of brainwashing a whole planet full of people about fake origins of what the earth really is, by selling a false view or a false story that space is in the sky. It makes you worship materialistic shit instead of yourself, meaning you don't direct your energy within you. You push all your energy out, and then you constantly wonder why you're always drained. That's why you're drained, because you're constantly taking the energy that you have for yourself to help and better yourself. You're taking that energy and you're pushing it out, meaning you're not focused on yourself, and you're going to have a lot of lonely issues, a lot of fucked up shit is going to go on inside of you because you are neglecting yourself. That's what creating a fake space in the sky does to an individual's mentality and spirit. It will fuck you up if you can't use common sense to navigate through it. It also causes blindness, causes people to treat science as a religion. They just go with what anything a scientist says. So, let's talk about the part how people treat religion. They treat religion as all being truth. But a lot of people, say for instance like Christians or whatever, they don't even read the Bible. They just go by some shit somebody else told them. They don't read it for themselves. They just go by some shit that somebody else literally told them. So they going by he say, she say at the end of the day. And that's what they do with scientists. People look at science as a fucking religion in the same way. Like I guarantee you, if you listening to this, 99% of the people listening to this don't even know the Vatican. The Vatican has a space program. They are very heavily into astrology. They actually have a sundial located in the center of the Vatican that they stole from Egypt. So that stolen technology, stolen ancient history that they really don't know how to use. They use it in a way to, incorporate fear into people. And it's just all focused on a slavery mentality. Like, we want to control literally everybody, so we're going to manipulate literally all of the energies. We're going to make it a fucked up environment where they just turn on each other and stay divided. They don't want you to tap into that energy, that all universal energy that's around all of us, but it starts within us and goes outward. You have to learn how to bring that energy in and love yourself. That's the only way you will realize that space is within yourself, by constant self-development and self-confidence and self, that you are a piece of art and that you are divinely created as a piece of art. It's just belief in self. Look within yourself. Like, you are the divine. Divine things happen around you. It's not just outside of you, it's in you. And that's the dangers of what telling people space in the sky does. That's what it does to people. It makes them batshit crazy. This shit also causes depression. The inability to self-heal or release traumatic energies. And this shit is important because we all go through depression. We all go through discontent and boredom. It's the challenge in life. But a lot of people make this shit more difficult than what it needs to be. Instead of accepting it, accepting your shortcomings and wanting to be better. That's how you move forward through depression. By realizing the light is always at the end of the tunnel. And that you do have a important part or a meaningful part in life, and that you are here for a reason, but you have to believe in that yourself. And this is what the dangers, again, of what selling this false mentality of what the fuck space really is does to people. That shit creates impulsive disorders. Like, you do shit and don't even realize you're doing it because you're not being aware. The only way you can truly be aware is if you're constantly developing the side of self and want to be better. When you constantly want to be better, you become more aware of each and every choice you make by slowing down with patience and pretty much just enjoying life one breath at a time. But a lot of people be too impatient to understand that concept of slowing down and taking life one breath at a time. And this shit lasts, but not, I wouldn't say lasts. It's like a whole pile of other shit that this false propaganda thing leads to, but more importantly, it leads to pointless shit. Like, it's just pointless. We don't have time for pointless shit anymore as creatures that's walking this earth and this universe. We don't have time for pointless shit no more. We had roughly thousands of, I guess, human years worth of this shit. So it's like, at what point is enough enough? At one point, are people going to start to realize that their governments do not give a fuck about them and start to rise up and demand equal treatment by natural law? Like, fuck all this other man-made law and shit. Let's start using natural laws, because these man-made laws ain't doing shit for none of us but just enslaving everybody and making shit more difficult than what it needs to be. But it's like, people gotta learn to look up shit themselves and learn from themselves about what's divine truth and what's bullshit. And it's as simple as that. Like, stop believing what the fuck scientists are saying. That shit is a religion. And that is the reason for this whole video, or even the question is about, what is space? Because space is what scientists tell us, but it's some bullshit. It's literally some bullshit. Like, they got people, they treating space as a tourist site right now for billionaires and millionaires and all that shit, to pay millions of dollars just to fly to space for like fucking 10 minutes and come back. And they not even going to fucking space. That's the fucked up part. So it's like y'all better open y'all eyes and pay attention, man, to see the the lies that's always being told, the bullshit that's always being forced in your face. You facing attacks from every angle. Yes, you are, but at the end of the day, you're equipped to handle all of these attacks with common sense. Common sense is the key to paying attention to these illusions that they cast over you. So I want you all to do some research of your own on this. Like, it's fake look up fake space programs and all of that. Like, even the world's first space program comes from Russia. And as I explained in previous videos, that's where the first human came from. They emerged out of the Caucasus Mountains. That's where humans came from. And the Caucasus Mountains are located in Russia. So it ain't no coincidence that a lot of movies talk about like Germany and Russia and how they have like advanced scientific equipment and all of that or whatnot. And it's a lot of shows that talk about this. Like, you are literally build billion-dollar laboratories wasting money when you have homeless people around just to try to tap into other dimensions that you don't even realize you can tap with your imagination. And that's how stupid humanity is. And humanity don't even know what the fuck it's about to happen to it. So to all of you all, I want you all to continue to be better, continue to stay balanced, continue to stay patient, and also continue to stay motherfucking dangerous. I love you all. You all be great, and don't let nobody tear you down. Keep the good fight up, and peace and magic.